Well, hey. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Yes, we are live. I need some help. And so the only way to do this is live. So, you know what? That's what we do. We just go live and hopefully somebody will be there. All right, Tall Man Clan. I'm live right now. Need some help testing. Come to YouTube. Well, hello. Who's with us? Sorry, there's not any production going on tonight. We are just going to be testing some things. You're going to need your phone. We're going to have some fun. We're testing. Hello, Wendy. How are you doing? Welcome. We're going to play some trivia, but we're going to do it live. Hello, Mimi Radar. What are we testing? Everybody grab your phone. We're going to need to wait for a few people to come in here, because once we get started, we get started. Nobody else is going to be able to join us. But I'm playing around with some things, and Tall Man Feud on the group cruise was so much fun, and everybody had so much a good time doing it. I've been trying to figure out a way to do something like that, but through a regular broadcast, like we normally do. Again, sorry, we don't have the lights up. I don't even have the regular camera. This is just camera on my computer as well as the regular audio. Hopefully I'm not too loud. I'm not too soft. You guys can hear me okay. So everybody grab your phone. In just a couple minutes, we want to wait for a few more people. I'm going to have you scan this QR code. Of course, it's not there anymore. I don't know why. Because we're live and that's what happens. Unbelievable. Oh, I don't get this damn system. This is so frustrating. Let's delete that scene. Yep. Hey, Macrina. We're going to be testing something. Everybody's going to need their phone, but I've got to source screen share. It's just not working. Oh, that's why we call this a test. It's give me a minute. Let me go to preview mode so I can fix all this stuff here while we're trying to do this. I've got a QR code for everybody to scan. Let's do an overlay instead, screen share. And I don't know why it's not picking the correct one. There we go. Awesome. Publish. There we go. Okay. Hey everybody. We are just testing some new things. Hopefully, no, I don't know, probably 50% better. I still have the cough. I'm still breathing kind of crappy, but I'm still having to sleep upright. I can't lay on my side, but that's okay. We're going to get there. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Okay, everybody get your phone and scan this QR code. There it is right there. Scan that QR code. Hey, Mamie, I thank you all for asking. A little bit. I'm breathing a little bit better. It's still hard. I can't lay flat. Everything's still in my chest, and I have begun coughing some stuff up, though. I know that sounds disgusting, but I'm a real person, and that's it. That's what happens. And stuff has finally started to come up a little bit. Anyway, scan that QR code. Scan it. Type your name in there. We're thinking about doing something called Trivia Tuesdays. It's going to be all cruise industry stuff. It's going to be live, interactive. Maybe there'll be some real prizes. We're just, throwing some things around. But we need to make sure it all works. And, well, to make sure it all works, well, we have to test it. Again, I'm here, everybody. Sorry. Let me see if I can I put myself up on the screen? Hello, Dr. Cherie. Oh, Mamie's in there. I see Mamie just came up. Everybody scan that QR code. I'm here. We're not like full production tonight. This is literally just testing. So I see Macrina in there. See a couple of you guys in there. We need a few more. Oh, Alex is in there. What you doing, Alex? How you doing, buddy? Welcome. We're just gonna have some fun. This is some easy fun things. Good to go. Yep, I see. I see there's a few people in here. Lisa, are you watching? Okay, well, even if you're watching, you can't scan it anyway. Oh, Dr. Cherie's in there now. We got 4 people. Maybe just hopefully a couple of more. Again, we're just having some fun tonight, guys. We're testing this thing out to see how this works, where we can actually play trivia sort of in real time and you actually participate. Like, participate. For real, on your phone, no apps, no nothing. I'm running this thing, so scan the QR code on your screen. Again, I'm here. We don't have the fancy cameras and lights and all that stuff. We're just here to test, to see how this thing works, to see if it really actually is going to work. And so I need some players. And so just go ahead and scan the code. It doesn't put anything on your phone. It just literally links you live to this game. And we're just waiting for some more players to come in. We have 4 people there. I really would like just a couple more to really give this thing a test to see how it all works. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I've just been laying around, y'all, trying to get better. Hey, Valerie, how you doing? We're gonna potentially play some trivia here in just a minute. We're trying something new. We're thinking about adding something to our fold. Oh, there's Valerie. She's in there now. Awesome. Tall Man Trivia. We'll call it Trivia Tuesdays or something. I don't know. And done. Awesome. Maybe just one more person. I know there's like 9 or 10 of you out there. So, hey, Bev. Oh, Bev. And Jan's there. Danny's there. Okay, we're going to have a great game, y'all. This is like Family Feud, but like live, and we're not all face to face. Or at least we're going to try. So, everybody scan that QR code. Thank you for the thumbs up. Scan that QR code. Type your name in there. Again, I'm here, everybody. I'm right here. Sorry. Again, no lights, no fancy production. This is just a fun test. Yeah, again, I know there's going to be a delay. That's why we're testing this to see how it actually is going to work out. But regardless of the delay, when I say something, you're hearing it in your real time. Yes, no baked potato. There's no baked potato questions here. Well, there might be. All right, we have 6 people in there. There's Jan, Valerie, Macrina, Mamie Radar, Alex, Dr. Cherie. I don't see Danny yet. He's probably trying to figure out how to work his phone. You know, that man is technically challenged. I'm surprised he can walk upright. Oh, maybe we should go on without him. I think we will. That'll upset him. I'm just messing with you, Danny. Again, I'm here. I'm actually trying to figure out how to add a. Here, let's do that. There we go. You guys can see me. I'm right here. All right, so let's get started. Hey, Gina. I'll give you guys just one more second or two. Yeah, sort of like like the Event Cruise Family Feud, except it's not teams. It's just trivia, and I've created some cruise trivia for tonight for the test. Tech Challenge Danny. I see Tech Challenge Danny. Speaking of challenged, I dropped a new FaceTime thing in there. Of course, it's got me freaking backwards. This stinking thing is just, it's really just the death of me, I swear. I don't know why. Whatever. Come on. Oh, because it's a new scene. Yeah. Hang on, everybody. If I don't, there we go. I know it doesn't seem like a lot for you right now, but it will here in just a minute. All right, so let's get playing, everybody. All right, so just watch your phones. And here we go. What is the mandatory safety drill held before a cruise ship? What's it called? What is the mandatory safety drill called on a cruise ship? And no cheating. There you go, muster drill. Which cruise line operates the Oasis class ship? Which cruise line operates the Oasis class ships? And this is supposed to be a 15-second limit. But I'm going to have to obviously go back and fix stuff. Royal Caribbean International. Next question. What is the term for the port where a cruise ship begins and ends? What is the term for the port where a cruise begins and ends? Yeah, what is that? We're going to move on. Thank you very much for that thumbs up. Appreciate you. What do cruise ships call a day? I probably should have that here, not there. What do cruise ships call a day with no port visits? What do cruise ships call a day with no port visits? All right, we're not going to give you that much time. Which ocean is most commonly crossed on repositioning cruises between Europe and the Americas? Which ocean is most commonly crossed on repositioning cruises between Europe and the Americas? What is it? I think that's the Pacific. Oh, Macrina's winning. Tied with Valerie. Tied with Tech Challenge Dan. Jan's right behind. I don't know how they come up with their points. I really don't. What is the name for organized tours offered at ports of call? What is the name for organized tours offered at ports of call? That's what it is. Which famous canal connects the Atlantic and Pacific? Which famous canal connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans? What measurement describes a cruise ship's internal volume? Again, what measurement describes a cruise ship's internal volume? What measurement describes a cruise ship's internal volume? Gross tonnage is the correct answer. What onboard system is used for identification in purchases? Alex says he couldn't answer 3 in time. I see the question before it shows up on the TV. We all know I suck at trivia, says Jan. Your sign and sale card, by the way, everybody. Your sign and sale card. Your sign and sale card. Yeah, I also have to learn what I'm doing too, right? So I had to take the question off so you don't see it here. You see it on your phone. So Anyway, Alex was also saying, my guess is you get more points the faster you answer. Probably. Probably. All right, let's move on. Question number 10. Which luxury cruise line is widely known for all-inclusive pricing? Which luxury cruise line is widely known for all-inclusive pricing? There you go. Anybody get that right? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Regent 7 Seas. That's your answer. Of course, I probably need to take myself off of there if I'm going to do that. So, Regent 7 Seas. There you go. Next one. How are we doing? Shall we give you all an applause? Does that work? Okay. Yeah, enough of that. All right. Next one. Let's leaderboard. Tech challenge Dan. He's not challenged with the trivia. He is leading the scores. Valerie, 467, real close. Candy Mac, Macrina, Bev. Come on, Bev. Mamie Radar, Jan. All right. There's your leaderboard. Let's move on. Everybody having fun? Dang darn it. Alex. Try not to make me laugh. All right, next question. Which department handles entertainment and guest activities? Which department handles entertainment and guest activities? Dum, 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 dum. This is also like a great learning thing, right? Guys are, learning more about the cruise industry. Come on, Jan. Cruise staff and entertainment department is the correct answer. Correct answer. Cruise staff and entertainment department. All right, let's move on. Moving on. What type of cabin has no window or balcony? What type of cabin has no window or balcony? What type of cabin has no window or balcony? Come on, Jan. We're waiting on you. She must have left the room. So I'm learning this at the same time, everybody. If you've joined us late, we are just testing tonight, right? I have this cool thing that we use when we're on the ship. Obviously, it's an interior cabin. And inside cabin, there it is. Thank you, Lisa. Anyway, we used it for Tall Man Trivia. And I can use it for other things. But it turns out we don't even have to be in the same room, as you're finding out right now. And so we're thinking about adding a new feature to the channel. I don't know. I don't know if we want to call it Trivia Tuesdays or whatever. But we'll do it about the cruise industry, right? So it's learning for some people who are new to the industry, or maybe people who are already part of, been cruising for a while who need a refresher, but just some fun things. All right. So anyway, Jen says it keeps stalling on mine. That's also why we're doing this. We're testing it with the Tall Man Clan tonight, just having some fun. And I want some feedback so you can see, so I know what's going on. All right. So let's move on to the next question, everybody. Next question. What document/card do passengers need to reboard the ship? Again, what document/card do passengers need to reboard the ship? Now, normally, like I said, this will have a 15-second timer on it to make sure none of y'all are cheating, looking up answers, because we do this, maybe we have some real prizes, right? Cruise card or your key card. That is your answer. That is your answer. All right, moving on. Passport. No, that's to get on the ship initially, but when you reboard the ship, right, when you're in a port and reboarding, you just need your key card. Right. All right, next question. What is the evening where guests often dress formally? I'm sorry, these are softball. I figured we'd go really easy tonight. You can come in here if you want, Lisa.
It's charging.
Oh, okay. What is the evening where guests often dress formally? It's called dress down evening. The captain's dinner? Formal night. Formal night. All right, next one. Question number 15. We're halfway through. That's right. Formal night. He's like all the above. Yeah, honestly, it could be all the above. But captain's dinner, that's not really a formal night. That's just a thing. But elegant night, formal night, gala night. Yeah, that's the thing. All cruise lines call it something different. But I think formal nights, that's the most common answer people know it by. All right, question number 15. We're halfway through. Here we go. Who oversees the overall operation of the cruise ship? Who oversees the overall operation of the cruise ship? Who oversees the overall operation of the cruise ship? Yes, Bev. Who oversees the overall operation of the cruise ship? And if you answered the captain, you would have been correct. You would have gotten this. And I would have played that. Okay, anyway. All right, we are halfway through. Let's see how we're doing. Valerie has taken the lead. Valerie, let's give you the scores. With 857, Tech Challenge Danny right behind her at 842. Macrina right there at the edge too at 779, and Candy Mac right behind them, 773. Alex in the distance in 5th place at 593. Bev at 587, and Mamie Radar bringing up 7th. Dr. Cherie, oh, Dr. Cherie. Jan, oh, man. We're going to have to vote you off the island. I'm kidding. We're all having fun. That's what this is all about. Okay? We are not judging anybody. All right, moving on. Number 16. Everybody doing all right so far? Leave it in the chat. We're doing all right so far, okay? Which Caribbean port is one of the busiest cruise destinations? Which Caribbean port is one of the busiest cruise destinations? And then I can do the... Which Caribbean port is one of the busiest cruise destinations? Jan's like, yeah, I told you I suck at trivia. And Mark sucks at typing. Cozumel. That is the correct answer. Cozumel, not Cozumel. I'm just messing with you, Mark. It's all good, brother. They developed spell check just for me. But yes, Cozumel. That is the number one. So, Mark, the reason why you're not seeing some of this is before we started the game, there was a QR code everybody would have scanned that got them into the game. And so everybody else, there's, I think, 7 or 8 people playing. It's on their phone. So they're able to scan it, the QR code that I had, and we're doing this live, so I'm not just reading questions. This screen that I'm showing you here is sort of the game, and they're logged in, no app, no nothing. It's just all done in real time. So it's something that I'm testing to see if we can do this for real on another night. Maybe do some real prizes and things. I don't know. Y'all let me know when we're done. Alex is like, that's a tricky one. NASA is also busy. It is, but I do believe Cozumel is the busiest port. So there you have it. All right, next question. What is the typical time window for checking in and boarding a cruise? This one's a little subjective, but what is the typical time window for checking in and boarding a cruise? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this. Once I get this all down and everything, I think this is going to be pretty fun. All right, your answer 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Danny's like, yeah, Nassau's not in the Caribbean. Technically, if we're if we're going to be correct about that, you are correct, Danny. It's in the Bahamas. It's not in the Caribbean. But yes, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. is the answer. 11 a.m. There you go. Good job, Alex. Mark's like 30 minutes. One. 11 to 3 would have been the correct answer here. All right, moving on. Next question. 18. What Alaskan city is a popular cruise stop? What Alaskan city is a popular cruise stop? Well, they're actually all popular. I think it's supposed to be the most popular. And your answer? Juneau is the answer. Again, I threw the questions together real quick, guys. So sorry. Next question. What term refers to the left side of a ship when facing forward? What term refers to the left side of a ship when facing forward? Come on, what side, everybody? You're joining us late. We are testing a new potential thing we're going to do here on the channel, just cruise ship trivia. It is the port side. That is correct. The port side. So here we go. Question number 20. 2/3 of the way through. Here we go. Which venue typically hosts shows and entertainment performances? Which venue typically hosts shows and entertainment performances? Click on your answer. Click it now. Yes, port was correct, everybody. In fact, you know how I remembered? Port and left are 4 letters. That's how I remember that. Starboard or right is many more letters. So port, 4 letters, left, 4 letters. There you go. Anyway. So the answer to this question, which venue typically hosts shows, is the theater. The theater. It is the theater. It is not the atrium. It is the theater. Theater. What's this? I suppose. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay. All right. 2/3 of the way through. Let's get an update on the scores, shall we? Ooh, Tech Challenge Dan in the lead by 2 points. 1175. Valerie right there at 1173. Macrina, you are in striking distance. Candy Mac moved up a little bit, I think. So, oh man, it is a tight race, everybody. Tight race. Here we go. Next question. Now, let me take it off of there before I do that. Which U.S. city is the busiest cruise port by volume? Which U.S. city is the busiest cruise port by volume? And I don't mean volume as in loud. Volume! Can y'all hear the music? I'm not sure you can hear the music. Are y'all hearing the music? Let me know if you can hear the music or not. Yes, Miami, everybody. Port Miami. That is the busiest port by volume. And let me know, again, if you can hear the music. Moving on, next question. No, interesting. Okay, so you can't hear the music. All right. I'll fix that. What package allows unlimited drinks on board? What package allows unlimited drinks on board? I'm just going into preferences here, guys, and seeing if I can do anything here on the fly. Probably not. I may have to do it to like some different sound bites or something like that. It is the beverage package or drink package. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Alex, no, not Miami World America, August 2026. It's Galveston on the MSC Seascape in November 2026. That's our next event cruise, everybody. No, I haven't dug into all the stuff. They're closed on the weekends. All the events departments are. So I have questions about the contract. So we'll get prices out to everybody here this week, I would guess, for the next event cruise. All right, moving on. Question 23 of 30. Which crew member is responsible for cleaning and maintaining guest cabins? The captain, right? Does it all. Which crew member is responsible for cleaning and maintaining guest cabins? Right? Maybe I need sound effects. Anyway, your cabin steward or stateroom attendant. Of course, everybody should have known that one. It was not the captain. I thought it was the captain. I don't know. Captain. All right, next question. Which Mediterranean city is a major cruise departure point? Which Mediterranean city is a major cruise departure point? Which Mediterranean city is a major cruise departure point? Yeah, you were hearing the music because that was coming from my computer in my little stuff here, not over. The game has its own sounds. It's got its own applause, which obviously you're not hearing. It's got sad, which you're not hearing. What happens if I do this? Let me see if you're. Aww. You can hear that because my speakers are picking it up now. Right? So, but it has its own theme music. Anyway, but I had to turn off echo cancellation to make that happen, so. Well, nothing feeds back. Anyway, moving on. We're just working this stuff out, y'all. I should have done a smaller one to work it out, but that's all right. Question 25. What is the name of the ship's daily schedule of activities? What is the name of the ship's daily schedule of activities? It's not your activity. Trivia! All the time! You could hear that, but your main audio was a bit low. Yeah, it's because, again, I took off the echo cancellation, so because there's all kinds of stuff that goes on here. It's anyway. According to the answer, it is your daily program. Your daily program. That is the name of the daily schedule of activities. The daily program. All right, moving on. Question 26. Are we going to have a new lead? Let's check the scores, actually. We'll see if we have a new leader. Oh! Oh my gosh! What happened, Tech Challenge Dan? Did your finger slip? You're in third place! Dude! Valerie's up in the front now at 1567. Macrina right behind her, still in striking distance at 1548. Tech Challenge Dan slipped to third place at 1511. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. See, I'm learning too. That's why we do this. All right, let's move on. Question 26. 5 questions left, everybody. What kind of itinerary stays in one region like the Western Caribbean? What kind of itinerary stays in one region? Again, like the Western Caribbean. Or I've got, answer? Regional itinerary. Ooh. How many put loop sailing or closed zone? How many? I don't know. It's called regional itinerary. Regional itinerary. Next one. Question 27. Which icy landmark is commonly included on Alaskan cruises? Which icy landmark is commonly included on Alaskan cruises? Which one, everybody? And your answer is Hubbard Glacier. Hubbard Glacier is typically included, or commonly, I should say, in a lot of Alaskan cruises. Hubbard Glacier. Question 28. 28. Coming at you. Maybe. What is a stateroom with its own private outdoor area called? What is a stateroom with its own private outdoor area called? What is it called? What is it? Come on. That's not working. That's not working either. That works! I'm just trying to find music. Yes, of course, balcony cabin. That was an easy one. 2 questions left, everyone. Moving on. Who's going to be the winner? It's going to come right down to it, I'm telling you. Which deck area features pools, bars, and sunbathing? Which deck area features pools, bars, and sunbathing? Which deck? I think it's the promenade. I don't know. Promenade, maybe? Come on, y'all. All right. Everybody, of course, knows that one. Lido deck / pool deck. Tells you right there. There's the answer. Told you softball questions. Last but not least, question 30. What is the time zone passengers must follow on board? What is the time zone passengers must follow on board? And if you said ship's time, you would have been correct. You would have gotten this. All right. So, Let's see the winner. Wow, it's picking it up now. Interesting. Macrina wins! Pulls it off with an 18-14. Valerie in second, second with 1784, and Candy Mac 1783. Oh my gosh, 1 point. Wow, that was a tight one. That was a tight one. So there you go. Anyway, thank you for helping me with that tonight. Guilty. Alex says, just a heads up, we see the right answer shortly, immediately after selecting an option. Yeah, that's okay. Danny's like, stupid game. That should be because you lost, you sore loser. Valerie says that was fun. Excellent. Macrina, yes! Macrina. Yeah, did everybody have fun? Truly, forget all the stuff. Yes or no. Or let me rephrase that. Should we keep this as something we do? Oh, Cherie said it was fun. Should we do this from time to time or on a regular basis? Yes? No? Let me know. And I want to make it about the cruise industry, a learning thing, right? So, I mean, those were easy ones, but I have others that I created, not so easy. I had a good comeback from my fourth in a row misses, right? Sucker darts, Danny. Come on, Danny. You practicing up those sucker darts for next year? Karina's like, yeah, that was fun. Okay. Did anybody have any major glitches? True fun. Awesome. Let's do it. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, did anybody have any major glitches? Or was it fairly smooth? It was fun. Thank you, Bev. I don't think Lisa's charging her phone. I think she's hiding from everybody. No issues on Valerie's end. Alex has said, had fun, working on time. The delay is still a little bothersome. Free Cruise Tuesday trivia, right? Okay, awesome. Not easy from TMC. Gonna get blisters. No glitches. Macrina says smooth. Awesome. Jan said she had some glitches. Okay. Yeah, my biggest glitch was the fact that I had it originally set to 30 seconds. 15 seconds, sorry. And it reset itself to 30. So, especially if I'm going to offer like real prizes to send out to people, we can't have cheating going on. You can't be looking up answers on one phone and putting it into the other. So we do have to have a time limit. So, Mamie says smooth. However, saw it was delayed in the beginning, but became okay. Awesome. Must have started late. Only 24 questions, but smooth once I got started. Awesome. Wouldn't let me vote. Kept having to refresh. Okay, fairly smooth. Got questions way before they showed on TV. Yeah, so stuff I'm working on, right? Especially with, like going from here, you can now see the back office area there, if you will, to here. I'm just have to work stuff out from going back and forth between the scenes as well, and figure out how to go through this smoothly. But I think ultimately it was pretty good for just about everybody. A couple little glitchy things, but outside of that, it sounds like something that we should start including. Yes? Lisa's like,
I mean, everybody seemed like they had a fun time.
yeah, everybody did have a fun time. We're going to make her host it, though. We're going to call it, not that anyone calls her that trivia. Alex says the trivia was ahead of the live stream by 1 to 2 questions. Now that's interesting. How the trivia itself was ahead of the live stream.
I agree. I've got the live stream on, and yeah, I'm definitely at least 2 questions behind.
No, they're two questions ahead. Oh, you mean the stream is behind? Yeah, interesting. What's up, Tuesday? Yep. Sorry, it was unannounced. Literally, I came on last second. I just wanted to test this trivia thing out and see how it was going to be live. Would be a challenge to cheat. I think it gives you points for fast answers and correct answers. Yeah, it does. Sometimes it even answered for me. Yep, Jan, that would be if it went all the way through the clock. The answer would populate. And Macrina's like, "Hi, Lisa." I mean, we're in an RV, for God's sake. She's right there. And just, her phone is charging, and her charger is over there. So, but yeah, okay. Great. It sounds like everybody had some fun with that. And I think we can do that from time to time and have some fun. We can do, love to figure out how we could do it as teams, but I don't think there's a way for it to do that. But we can do Jeopardy style. We can do like Wheel of Fortune type style, but it's hard to do that with so many people. So I think the trivia is what we'll stick with. Shoot, correct. Live stream was behind. The trivia was ahead. I think I got it. No, Alex, no, you got it right. I understood you. And that's the thing. When I click it here, it's probably coming to you in real time, but the stream is about 20 to 30 seconds behind ish. So even though I'm clicking it on the stream, I'm clicking it in real time, which is sending it to you in real time. But the stream's 30 seconds behind. Yeah. It's funny. Mamie says hello. Dr. Shree says hello. Bev says hello.
Hello.
She's going to come out and just at least say hello and leave her phone. Oh. No, she's still stuck to her phone. She's watching the stream from in there. All right, your questions would be ahead of you. Yeah. So, that's the hard part, I guess, is the reading of the questions. So, yeah. Maybe we'll do one more fake one before doing it for real and see if we can figure out if there's a middle of the road. Yeah. I'm just not sure. Because when I click it on here, I'm just gonna do it again. But just for me. All right. So when you guys see that, I know it says team 1 and 2, just ignore that. So for me, what I see is that question that you see right there. And then when I click on it, that's what happens. The question then gets smaller as you see it, and then the A, B, C, and D choices come up. So what I don't know is if when we're playing in that group type mode, is if mustard drill, if when that is up, if no one actually sees that yet. So, like I said, it's different modes. There she is. Yeah, I've just
everybody.
I don't even have the camera set up, so this was
No, he
nothing
doesn't.
formal. Heck, I put on my Cocachino shirt again. Just I did try to get through this real fast. So, in the end, glad everybody had some fun. And regardless of the time delay, even if I can't fix that. It's probably it didn't seem like it was bothersome enough. And so yeah, because we'll play with it a little bit and see what we can do. But meantime, hopefully everybody has a good week. Alex says, I saw the question on my phone first for what it's worth. Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, when I click on it here, that is a live internet feed and it sends it instantly to your phones. My stream, for whatever reason, is like 30 seconds delayed. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because it's going through Ecamm first and then into YouTube or what the deal is, but there's this 20 to 30-second delay from my system to when it's actually live. So, but the second I click, I can't read the questions until it pops up on my screen. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
He'll figure it out.
I don't think the delay is that bad. If it is, when we do this again, let me know if the delay is really problematic. And I don't know. We'll see, because it's kind of weird to have a delay like that.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, maybe. So anyway, we're gonna go. Y'all have a great week. Peace.
Good night, guys.
We'll be in touch soon with event cruise pricing. Peace.